At first, I would like to welcome our Ghanaian friends here in Dhaka. Welcome to Dhaka, Bangladesh, and sir, everybody. And my dear colleagues and friends, business leaders from different organizations in Bangladesh. Because I would like to just start with an introduction. I am seeing FBCCA representative here. FBCCA is the Federation of Bangladesh Chamber of Commerce, apex body of business. I am seeing our already Mr. Fazlul Haq, who left. His factory is the world first green factory. We are proud of it. Now there are 23 green garment apparel factory in the world. 23 whole world. 17 of these are in Bangladesh. We are proud of this. So with these few remarks, I would like to start my presentation. Actually, Bangladesh, it is sometime we become the first, then we become second, China become the first. But in near future, we are hopeful that we will be able to remaining first in the apparel market, apparel player in the world. So let's try to have a synopsis for my foreign friends. For my foreign friends, actually from Ghana and other countries, for your introduction, I know this gentleman has whatever I would like to present here, they already know it. So Bangladesh is an economy. Now we are just standing in a transition period, because during our independence in 1971, Bangladesh economy was completely dependent upon agriculture, agricultural economy, agrarian economy, if I say. Then the contribution of agriculture to our GDP was 35%. And contribution of industry was only 13%, and contribution of service sector was 51%. But after 1990s, contribution of manufacturing sector, that means industry, is started to be increased. Now contribution of industry is 35%, agriculture is 13%, and service sector remaining 53%, because it is also growing. So contribution of agriculture, we are not undermining it, that it is reducing, but it is also, the contribution is increasing, but our economy, size of the economy is booming up. Therefore, it is just transforming. So without further ado, let's try to have a look what I have for you. Here in this slide, you can see I will discuss a historical background of ready-made garments in Bangladesh with you, that how ready-made garments start and how apparel sector is becoming world's second largest exporting and manufacturing country here. So we will have a look. Then secondly, we would like to say what was the challenges, what was the learning through this particular journey. Because if you would like to study a particular sector, then we have to look after the challenges and the opportunities, and look after the future, how Ghanaian businessmen can have the collaboration with Bangladeshi business partners. Because inviting all these business leaders here, we have an aim. Obviously, that aim could be Ghana as a cotton producing country. You may export cotton to Bangladesh. I am pleased to announce that the president of Bangladesh Cotton Association is here with us. He is with us. So president of Bangladesh Cotton Association is with us. That means he is one of the major stakeholder for you. His association is one of the major stakeholder for you. So we are proud to have him with us. And then finally we will look forward to something. So let's start the history first. In the history part, I would like to remember some names actually, those who have contributed. The first name would be let Mr. Nurul Qadir Khan. Actually, Mr. Nurul Qadir Khan, he was a bureaucrat. He was a former secretary to the government, and in 1978, he sent 130 workers to train them up to South Korea. Before 1978, there were no export-oriented garment factory in Bangladesh. There were maybe tailor shop, sewing shop for local market. For export orientation, it is the beginning. So 1978 is not far, just 40 years back, if you can calculate. So first one is for Ghana as well, if you would like to compete in the world market, you must have a set of skilled workers. So Bangladesh just sent 130 workers to South Korea. They have been trained rigorously and they came back, and the first apparel factory, I mean export-oriented garment factory was established. That was Dash Garments. Dash means country. In Bengali we call it Dash. In English you can country garments or Dash Garments. This was the first. Thus beginning of a very successful story. Then in the history we can also say, then just one had to be start, the kick-off, then somebody has to follow. So he was followed by few other legendary person like Mr. Muhammad Musa, Bond Garments, then Muhammad Riazuddin Khan, he was established Riaz Garments, then Paris Garments, and also Azim Group, Somana Group, as well as the first president of BGME. We are proud of him. He was also Aristocrat Limited. So this was the beginning of apparel industry in Bangladesh. By following them up, there are few more. They are all, we are fortunate they are alive till now. So they are also the founding, the infrastructural thing of ready-made garment industry. As I mentioned, only worker is not enough. You must have to have some backward linkage, fabric, fiber, then trims and accessories like this. So also everything was not happen in a night, overnight. We have established the backward linkage, established forward linkage, and having the order from buyers, and then finally placement of the order, cut and sew here, finally shipment. After shipment there are some processes. So all the complexities of apparel industry, all the pain has been taken by our business leaders, those who are present today. Some of them are also present here. So praise goes to them. Then what was growth part? Growth part was for example, establishment of BGME, Bangladesh Garment Manufacturing Industry. So BGME, Bangladesh Garment Manufacturers and Exporters Association, was established in 1983. According to me, my study, I can say this was one milestone for apparel growth. In absence of BGME, in absence of an united voice for the apparel industry, we may not have this position today. So establishment of BGME. Then similarly, I would say there are some government roles, government policies, those had impacted much. For example, immediately government offered a back-to-back LC system. A owner has the rights to get the credit from bank when he has a LC from his buyer. So involvement of his own fund is reduced. This is number one. Second policy was bonded warehouse system. Whenever somebody imports something, it must have an import duty. But if you import for exporting, that the import duty is waived. So that's what another remarkable policy Bangladesh government has made for the progress of ready-made garment industry. So actually, for the growth of garment industry, our trained manpower, our government policy, establishment of infrastructure, so all were actually contributed. So let's see what was the first export. In 1983, if we can calculate the export figure, it was very nominal. Then gradually it was increasing. So we can see the figure actually. The figure was export of around 31 million only. It started in 1983, only 31 million. What about now? Now you can say in 2023, it was 46.99 billion. How the sector has raised. Actually, it was a remarkable progress. Starting 31 million only, reaching 46 billion. It is a history. This is the history. So this is the uniqueness what Bangladesh have done. So actually, if you look at the composition of the industry, then I would say our knit garments, you all know, garments have several parts. For example, denim, knit, woven, this sort. So in Bangladesh, we are exporting more knitwear, 55% and 45% are woven. So for item wise, if you look to what are the items Bangladesh is exporting, the items are trousers, mainly led by trousers, t-shirts, knit shirts and sweaters, shirt and blouse and underwear, some other garments. And in the slides you can see the amount as well and progress of this industry. Till now, after we have many challenges, COVID, and to come to this point, we have to fight again. Now, Ghana is enjoying AGOA facilities, African Growth and Opportunity Act, to enter into US market. Before this, there was a quota system for Bangladesh. In 2004, when quota regime withdrawn, there was a panic, garment may be harmed, garment may be destroyed. But finally, our business leaders, our entrepreneurs, our workers, they have proven that Bangladesh government or apparel industry is not standing on somehow, somewhere GSP or quota, any other things. But we proven our ability, our skills, our power to remaining in the growth. So after 2004, while quota system has been withdrawn, Bangladesh government was still growing. This is the pride of the workers as well as the owners of this apparel industry. So we have one thing, our major garments destination. Actually, major destination is the USA, then European countries, then other things. But in this slide, I particularly would like to show one thing, that is in after the COVID pandemic in 2022 and 2023, our destination changed because USA has some issues with us. EU has some issues with us. So till USA, their order is reducing, but we are growing in other markets. Therefore, who are the garment exporter here today, present here in Bangladesh, from Bangladesh, you have a chance to look at Romania, Portugal, Malta, Luxembourg, Italy, Hungary, Greece, Finland, Estonia, Czech Republic, and Cyprus and Croatia. These are the maximum of these are the East European countries. So in these East European countries, garment industry is growing. So if you would like to just diversify your export market, look at these countries. You will get more orders. Then what challenges actually we faced? Because started with 31 million, now 46 billion, it has not been done without challenge. First challenge was there was a just rumor that Bangladesh garment industry is employing minor workers, child workers. It was a rumor, but it was a hit to our industry. It was a barrier to our industry. But our entrepreneurs, our industrialists, they have managed it within 1 year. All the garment industry was free, just out of child labor. We have overcome these challenges. Then there are some natural calamity. There were some man-made calamity, but finally we sustained. So what is the story behind how we sustain? The story behind is we improve our labor standard. We improve the working environment in garment factory. We improve up to green factory. Today we are proud that maximum green factory is in Bangladesh. So our entrepreneurs, our investors, our workers, everybody has similar contribution to the growth of this industry. So finally, our government, just remember last COVID period, while the world was just thriving, the world was fighting, the world was trying to sustain, but our government come up, BGMEA leadership, BKMEA leadership, BTMEA leadership, those who are actually involved with garment industry, everybody come up and chalk down a good financial package for the industry. Government offer it, and finally, till now, Bangladesh garment industry is growing. So this is the package actually. You can look at. I will not read everybody because I know after so many presentations, this is a boring period. So before I conclude, I would like to have your attention to three particular reform. That is, one is regulatory reform, second is collaboration and partnership, third is investment and in technology. Because if you have to develop any particular industry, you have to check out whether any of your acts, policies regulations is hindering it. If you find anything is hindering the growth of your particular sector, you have to remove that. So first come with regulatory reform from the government, because without government intervention, no private sector will be allowed just to grow. So government intervention through regulatory reform is essential for any sector development, which Bangladesh has done successfully. Secondly, collaboration and partnership. You have good regulations, you have good act, very good act, but you don't have partners otherwise. For example, Bangladesh has regular buyer from the US, from Canada, from EU countries, from other countries as well. So partnership building is very essential. Our initial partners were South Korea as well as Sri Lanka. Many of our workers in 1970s has been trained by Sri Lanka. So they have trained us. Our partnership for supply chain development, for example, India, China, these are the sources of our raw materials. So we have good ties with India and China. We have good tie with our suppliers as well as our buyers. Therefore, you must develop partnership for sourcing, partnership for selling. Finally, I would say investment in technology. You have partners, you have regulatory reforms, you have good workers, but your technology is old-fashioned. Nothing will happen. Because in today's world, you will sustain only through technological innovation, through proper designing, through productivity. So if you would like to improve your capacity, then obviously you have to invest in technology. Without technical know-how, without productivity improvement, without quality control, you cannot survive. So I can list 20 opportunities, 20 way forward, but I would remark only 3, that is regulatory reform, collaboration and partnership, then invest in technology. Then future direction, what next? In brief, I would like to say, Bangladeshi government industry, we are experienced enough, we are skilled enough, we have partnership, everything. Till now, we have some lacking. For example, we are not producing cotton. Cotton is a very essential raw material for apparel industry, for textile industry and other industries. So, what next? Next is ensuring cotton and other raw materials in competitive price. There are so many factors, but ensuring raw materials and processing it is very essential. Then diversification. Diversification in terms of product, diversification in terms of market. You have only 5 product design, 5 product catalog. You are producing this 5 product for 10 years, 20 years, it will not work. You have to add separate set of products, and you have to innovate new design. You have to come up with new ideas. So diversification in product is important. Similarly, you are selling only to US, only to US, only to US. It will not work. You have to look after European Union. You have to go for Africa. You have to go for Japan. You have to go for South Korea. You have to go for China. All over the world. So diversification in terms of product is important. Similarly, diversification in terms of market is also important. So market diversification, new market search is important in this particular aspect. Then energy efficiency. You all know, to run a company, to run a factory, we need energy. Bangladesh, we are still lag behind in terms of power and energy. I know energy is costly everywhere, not only in Bangladesh, in Ghana, in US, in any country. You are more competitive when you are more efficient in using your energy. So energy efficiency is important. Then working, laborer working, it is not good. You have to work smart. You have to work perfectly. You have to think, you have to design, you have to cut your cloth according to your needs so that wastage reduce. If you don't be able to reduce your wastage, then wastage will be imposed on your cost. So working smart is another recommendation from my end. And then obviously develop brand for Bangladesh. It is particularly for Bangladesh and other apparel producing country. Those who would like to go international market with a premium price, then you have to develop your own brand. Zara is there, Walmart is there, JCPenney is there, they are giving you order, but you don't have any brand, then obviously it will not work in long run. To sustain long run, to charge premium price, you have to have develop your own brands. Made in Bangladesh. This is a brand now. I hope in near future Bangladesh will come up with so many brands, so that their own brand will be sold in Europe, their own brand will be sold in North America, Bangladeshi brand it will be sold in Africa. So come up with new brands, and finally everything world class is my recommendation. Because if you produce something, you are just appealing, we are poor country, we are new country, but your product quality is not good, nobody will buy your product. Anything you produce, it should be world class. If your product is world class, then everybody will pay you money, even premium money, not $5. It will be sold in $25 if you can ensure the product quality is global standard, world class. So make anything you make it world class. So actually, this was my short presentation, and I am happy to be with you today.